Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now y'all got to forgive me. I'm popping on in, riding to the gas station, gassing up for my son, cause they taking this vehicle tonight for their prom. Him and a couple of his friends. Kind of ironic. Normally I drive them in the Sprinter, but I guess they wanted to be grown tonight, and so letting them drive his mama car, which is a one of one. And so, boy, I told him, boy, you better drive absolutely careful, boy. I told him, and you drive, cause if you do something to it, you my son, I love you, I can forgive you. I say, you let your friend drive and something happen, boy, I'm gonna have a hard time. But no, it's just a car. But so yeah, it's 80% off today for his birthday. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I know when y'all hear that, man, it hurt me, because that's my intellectual property on TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. The coupon code, listen to me now, because people don't be listening to the video. The coupon code is TG3. That's the letter T, like Tony, the letter G, like Gaskins, and the number 3. TG3. So you'll see where it says, coupon code TG3, apply, click apply, and then boom, there you go. It'll give you 80% off all the courses. A lot of times people just go to the site and try to get the course you want, put it in there. If it work, God bless you. If it don't, that means that course not included. You don't have to email in and, Tony, this course, and go try it. It ain't gonna charge you. If you click to put the code in and click apply, you'll see the price change if that course is included. And so I do this on all my family birthdays just because it's a double blessing. It blesses you because there's a course that you need that could change your life. If you actually go through the course, it'll change your life. It's a 7-figure blueprint. And then it also bless my family member, whoever it is, my wife or my son. I bless them with the proceeds and just say happy birthday to my audience, because a lot of times I'm giving time to my audience, and that time that I'm giving you sometimes takes away from time that I could be giving them. And a lot that I go through with my audience takes away from them, because I may get a bunch of negative comments, and then that change my countenance, my demeanor, and then that affects my energy with my wife and my son. So when I am able, I try to be a blessing to them. And also, I'm still on my run up to my 200 agents around the country. Now, what you got to realize with my life coaches on mymentor.life, we have, I think, over 400 coaches on mymentor.life, which really helps me with my audience. When I'm booked up, you able to go to mymentor.life and book a session with a coach like Caleb or Amber or my dad or one of the other coaches. And so that's what I'm doing with the insurance agency. Is I want you to get a policy, but I may not have the time in the day to work with every single person. So by having other licensed insurance agents throughout the country, or there may be a state that, I'm only in one state, and yes, I have license in other states, but I may need agents in these other states. And so that's why we building that up. So you'll see the link in the description for you to join the team. I'm gonna change it today to where it just says, instead of it saying, are you interested in being on the team, it'll just say join my insurance team. And that link, it takes you, it's $100 to join the company, and that's just for the admin side, and it's a soft background check, so don't be scared. And then you on the team. Once you sign up, that $100, then I will email you personally. It's not a robot, it's me emailing you personally. So that's why it might be at midnight, because I'll be up watching TV with my wife and I see you sign up, and I'm like, okay, boom, let me go and welcome you right now. You up, I'm up. So boom, here you is, welcome. Here go the link to the WhatsApp group chat for everybody else that's working on getting a license. And in that group, you'll have all the motivation you need amongst each other aspiring agents who are studying. And so we just building a team of, powerful agents, and we're going to become, the number one agency in the country, and we're going to be ensuring one of the largest audiences in the country, because it's not a lot of people who have over 3 million supporters online who's going to sit down and take the time to get their license, and so we're going to be doing something that most others won't do. And I'm coming up here to get some gas for my son, because I realized half a tank, and so I'm going to bless them. I don't want them having to stop and having to get gas, so I'm going to put them on a full teasy. Put them on that old full teasy leasing. And so, yeah, we building, and me and my family, we have been sitting in, look here, man. Look in your mirror, man. Look in your mirror. Come on now. Just don't hop in your car and just hit the gas. Come on now. Look in your mirror, man. Get your life together. Get your absolute life together. And so, me and my family, we've been sitting and we've been perplexed this whole weekend with the Shador Sanders situation and how they did them on that there. And see, that's one of the things right there is everybody say, fell in the draft. He fell in the draft. And that's one of the things what we have to be reminded of is that, see, one of the things when we talk about God and we talking about God or what have you, we have to remember that God is, humble. And so we gotta be humble. And so what the league was trying to do, they was trying to humble him, because I've seen this interview where his dad said that it's a couple teams he won't let him play for. And you can't do that at the highest level, because it's like it's a blessing to play for any team. Like whatever team you could play on, it could be the Podunk Beavers. You go there because that's a blessing. That's an opportunity. It's like any team is better than Jackson State. Any team is better than Colorado. It's like you going to play and get millions of dollars. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. God didn't take and say it's some few cities that's not good enough for my son. Like, he was born in a podunk city, and made that city great. We know of that city because of Jesus. And so we have to have a different humility when we representing Christ. And we can't be so sure, because we don't know the plan of God. We don't know the will of God. So, and Proverbs talk about that, like, hey, you can make a plan, but ultimately God get the final say. And so if somebody don't call you and say, hey, we drafting you number one, we drafting you for sure first round, then you have to be very mindful and very careful if you're going to do a whole big old party. A big old party with all of these people and things of that nature, because you don't know. So it really just was a life lesson for his whole life, to trust God every step of the way, to be lowly of heart, like the Bible says. Like, it's okay to be confident, but it's a difference between being confident and being arrogant. And it's a very fine line. And so what they wanted to show him is that it's not that you're not talented. It's that we are worried about you coming in and thinking that you are the owner of the team, and thinking that we're going to change our entire culture and change everything that we've been doing for 30 plus years, 50 plus years, however long, for you. Like, you are a player. We have a thing called a trading block. So you may come in, you may only be here 6 months, you may be here 12 months. Like, we will trade you. And we're not changing anything for you. This is a multi-billion-dollar organization, and you are only a multi-millionaire. You're not a multi-billionaire. And so we're not gonna change our entire system for you. And so that's what they were showing, is that you're not bigger than the program. And they had a concerted effort of all the owners, because you got to realize these owners, they in business, they in bed together, they making billions together, so they got each other back. So every owner, they got a group chat with all the owners. Every owner got every other owner phone number or somebody on that team, and that's how they network. I only needed half a tank. That took $52. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so they wanted to show, like, hey, pipe down, playboy, pipe down. We need you to come in here with humility. And you see what the example they did. They took and they had the boy. They took and they had the boy who went number one. He had on a necklace like mine. No diamonds. He equally as confident as Shador. He equally as confident. He equally as confident, equally as cocky. But he knew how to play the game. He knew how to play the game. And sometimes you gotta just learn how to play the game. And you got to know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, why to say it. And so he knew how to play the game, and he knew how to, do what he needed to do. And it's just wisdom. It's not about tuck and tail. It's just about wisdom. You gotta know you could be a king by birth, and nobody knows it. They don't know it, but you gotta know how to talk to kings. You gotta know how to talk to peasants. You gotta know how to talk to queens. You gotta know that in every situation requires a different side of you. And it's just a lesson, and it's a lesson I have to learn myself. Like what Shador went through, I went through that. Still going through it in Hollywood, just because of arrogance and just not knowing. And it ain't even about arrogance sometimes, because sometimes they will try you like a baser. They will try you like a baser. That's a crackhead, for those y'all don't know. And you gotta stand on business and let them know, bro, you're not gonna manipulate me. So it's not about being weak. It's just about knowing when you have to show your teeth and when you don't. Like when and what and how. And so that's all it is. It's just one of those things. And then Dion, he's very, very talented. So his talent gave him a lot of room to do what he does. But what our younger generation, like my son, got to know, you not me. Like, you haven't put in the work that I've put in. You haven't made the money that I've made. So you got to remain humble. And even when you become me, and even when you stand on my shoulders, still be humble. And it's just always better to be humble. It's always better to be more powerful than you show. And I tell pro athletes that I mentor, never let your hair be louder than your game. Never let your chains be louder than your game. Never let your tattoos be louder than your game. Let your game be the loudest thing connected to your name. Don't let nothing else outshine or be bigger or better or bolder than your game. And that's one of the things that, with Shador, he is very, very talented, but his talk game is equal or greater. His chain game is equal or greater. And so they looking and they like, okay, can his ego fit through the doors? Can he be talked to? He's been under his dad his entire life, will he listen to anybody other than his dad? Because we haven't seen him take orders from anybody but his dad as an adult male. So, and when you taking orders from somebody who has reared you, raised you, trained you, that's totally different. Somebody who fed you and clothed you, it's totally different. Now you got to go take orders from strange white man, strange black man. Like, you don't know these people, they not Hall of Famers. And you looking at them and you like, bro, why should I listen to you? My dad is a Hall of Famer, bro. I was raised by a Hall of Famer. Like, shut up. What are you talking about? Like, get out of my face. And that's what his energy gives off. And that's just being honest, just being real. And I know as black people, we all supposed to, just, not say what we really see and not tell the truth for the sake of money or connections. But I'm just giving you a very real perspective. And this is what we got to teach our sons. And I tell my son all the time. I say, you want to build online, you got to think about how that's going to position you, because something going to come with it. I remember I did an interview with Hollywood. And the lady, she asked me in her own way, it was a white woman, she said, do people tend to like you? Like, she was saying, like, you're a jerk. Like, do people like you? And in that interview, I was speaking very arrogantly and cocky, but it was because I felt inadequate. It was because I really felt insecure. It was because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel ready. And that is a truth and a transparency that 99.9% of people will never say. 99.9% of people will never say, I'm scared to death. I'm fearful. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm ready. And they'll just, put on the diamonds, put on the smile, put on the laugh, put on the tough talk, but really, really deep down be unsure. Really deep down be hurting. Be scared, be insecure. And so you have to really get to know yourself, and you got to teach your children to get to know themselves. And really, and I have learned, it's always to be overlooked. It's always better to be overlooked. It's always better to be humble. It's always better to be underestimated. It's always better for people to look and wonder and not know who you are, what you can do, and for them to find out. It's always better. And we got to understand that. Like, let your talent speak. Your mouth really ain't got to say nothing. Let your talent speak. And if you do that, ain't nothing else got to be said. Like, okay, see how y'all, hey, for whatever reason, I'm a 5th rounder. All right, we'll see. Time will tell. And then you go in the lab and you work and just stop talking. Stop talking about who you is, what you gonna do, how you finna change the culture. And so Shador said something that was a big siren. It was a big red flag. And I watched the clip, and he said, if you don't want your culture to change, your organization to change, then don't bring me. And when somebody got a multi-billion-dollar culture, when somebody running a multi-billion-dollar organization, that's the last thing they want to hear, that a kid finna come in and think he finna change things. And even though he means for the better, you talking to billionaires and you talking to white billionaires. They're not trying to hear a young black man say he finna come in and change everything. Even though he talking about for the better, they're not giving the benefit of the doubt. That's not how they looking at it. They looking at it like, huh? What we talking about, bro? What we talking about, bro? So that's what we had right there. And that was a huge lesson for. It was like the breaking the buck. Like, it was a lesson for every black man in America. Like, the lesson is like, what their lesson was, you're not bigger than the organization. You're not bigger than the system. With our lesson, what we have to realize is the spook by the door. Meaning, don't announce your moves. Don't announce your intentions. Just like the Bible tells us how we should win souls. Be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. So you don't mean any harm. You're not fixing to harm the organization. You're not finna do anything wrong to the organization. So you harmless as a dove. You're not going to do anything bad, but you have to take and realize, like, if you wise as a serpent, that means you're not announcing your moves. How does a serpent, and that's talking about winning souls, but at the same time, you can utilize that in other aspects of life. Like that wisdom will apply to other aspects of life. Of a serpent doesn't bark like a dog. You bit by a serpent before you even knew it was there. But it says harmless as a dove. So you there, but you not biting. So harmless as a dove, but wise as a serpent. That's what the Bible tells us. So we have to remember that. Like, wise as a serpent is you know how to move. You don't announce your movements. You don't bark your movements. It's already done. It's already made before anybody know. And then harmless as a dove, meaning you only have good intentions. You only coming to change the organization for the good. Change the company, the business, the church for the good. You only coming to do good. But if you tell people before, hey, I'm coming in here to change everything. I'm coming in here to do this, to do that. They're going to look and be like, hold on, playboy. Hold on, playboy. Y'all got to forgive me. You got to forgive me on that. Somehow they be acting like they don't be touching the radio. And then here go my radio on the Spanish channel. And they don't speak English. And I'm finna tell his behind. I'm finna find me a new company. People can't do nothing right no more, man. It is crazy how people be. Why is my radio on the Spanish channel? I don't speak Spanish. But it's because the men who wash my car speak Spanish. And then they telling me they don't touch the radio. And so I'm finna tell his behind. I'm finna send him a voice note right now and let him know my radio on the Spanish channel. Radio shouldn't be on no Spanish channel. Cause y'all butt shouldn't have been touching nothing. Cause they washed my car, right? They touched the start button. Did not start the car. Let the car be in that idle position. The entire time they washed it, when they done, my battery dead. I had to call a mobile battery company. It cost me $600. And then he gonna tell me that they ain't touched that. I'm about to tell his butt. Hey, this Tony Gasson, God bless you. Hey, get a lesson from everything. Get a lesson from everything. No matter how you feel from it, it is what it is. It does what it does. So you got to get a lesson from it. And no matter how you feel, you got to get out your pride. You got to get out your ego. Got to get out that. Oh, I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna do that. You got to learn how to move. You got to learn how to move, because if you're not malleable, if like water, be water, my friend. Like Bruce Lee said, if you ain't like water, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you greatly. So you got to be careful. Be careful. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. You got to learn how to move, how to do this thing. And so what they did with Shador, they broke the buck. They broke the buck. And even though he went in the fifth round, he danced like he was a first rounder. He was so relieved. He was dancing like a first rounder. He was so relieved. Other guys, when they went later than they thought. They really ain't show a lot of emotion. They weren't happy. But he really, but then we're going to see on his interviews how his tone is. We're going to see. And I'm telling you, if he go in there, he arrogant and he vindictive and he don't take the right approach, they're going to trade him within 2 seasons. They're going to get him up out of there, because it's billions of dollars on the line and money run the world. Like, they don't care nothing about, like, ain't nobody that talented. Like, ain't nobody that talented to where they finna let you do and say whatever you want to do. They will get rid of you. And so if you want to be a light, you got to know how to do it right. You got to know what to say, when to say, how to say. Because it's more so about, a lot of times it's more so about personality than it is about talent. People wonder why Tim Tebow went first round. It's because of his personality. It's because of his character. And he had enough talent to still make you think he could get the job done. When they found out he couldn't get the job done, they got rid of him. They were like, oh, okay, this worked for college. This don't work for the NFL. So we know you love Jesus and all that, but hey, this about that money, we found to let you go. You know, you can proclaim the Lord as a broadcaster, but the NFL ain't for you. Sorry. The same thing with talent. That talent come in there, but if you toxic and your teammates don't like you, or you bucking the system, or you back talking the folks, or you disrespectful or whatever, they'll be like, we got to let you go. But hey, this Tony Gaston got a couple of insurance calls here coming up. You know, Saturday, but we got the doors open on Saturday. The team help folks who work Monday through Friday and can't get on a call. We do a couple of sessions on Saturday to get people policied up. So click the link in the description if you need your policy. I'm going to just put the calendar link where you could click and get on the calendar. Or if you want to join my team and start studying, we got the discounted study materials that's online. Then you'll see join my insurance team and become an agent. You'll see that link. And you still got to pay and join the team even if you already got your license. And then if you got your license, then just email me back. When I email you, say, Tony, I've already got my life and health insurance license, and then I'll put you with the team and they'll help you, get set up with us and our carriers. God bless you. We'll talk soon.